The Brass Band Robbery. This is the second book from Fern Hollow. One morning, a large wooden crate arrived on the goods train at Fern Hollow station. It was addressed to Lord Trundle and marked Fragile. "I wonder what it can be," said old Stripey the porter. "I don't know," replied Mr. Twinkle, the station master, "but I'd better telephone Lord Trundle to let him know that it has arrived." There they are. When he heard the news, Lord Trundle was very excited and rushed down to the railway station in his car. "Ah, at last," he cried, looking at the great big wooden crate. They seem to have wooden crates in Fern Hollow. "I've been waiting for this to arrive for weeks." There they are. There's his very large crate. The crate was much too big to go inside Lord Trundle's car, so old Stripey and Mr. Twinkle helped him to tie it onto the roof rack of the car, and then away went the car, bouncing and rattling down the road. There they are. They're putting it on the car. There's the big crate. Well, the next day, Lord Trundle held a meeting at Trundleberry Manor. "As you all know," he began, "May Day isn't far away now, and I wanted to do something really special in the way of celebrations. So I bought these." And Lord Trundle pointed to the great big wooden crate. "Musical instruments," he went on. "Fern Hollow is going to have a brass band." Everyone had been given a musical instrument, and the band began to practice, when suddenly the door burst open, and in walked Snitch and Snatch. No one had invited them, because they were always causing trouble. The two sneaky weasels had been peeking through the keyhole and had decided that they wanted to join the band. Here they are. "Give me the big drum," said Snatch. "I'll have the sousaphone," said Snitch. "I'm afraid there are only 2 triangles left," said Lord Trundle politely. "We don't want your silly triangle," screamed Snitch. "And what's more, if we can't have the drum and the sousaphone, then you won't have them for long either." And off they went, slamming the door behind them. Ooh. That night, Snitch and Snatch broke into Trundleberry Manor, intending to steal the drum and the sousaphone. But as Snitch was carrying the drum down the steps in front of the manor, it slipped out of his hands. Boom, boom, boom! It went as it bounced down the steps. There it is. Oops, I'm showing you the wrong picture. There we go. Bouncing down the steps. Uh-oh. The noise woke Lord Trundle, who jumped out of bed and looked out of his window just in time to see the 2 weasels running away with the musical instruments. Quickly, Lord Trundle telephoned Fern Hollow Police Station. Constable Hoppet arrived a few minutes later, looking slightly out of breath from pedaling his bicycle so fast. "Don't worry, Lord Trundle," he panted. "We'll soon track the villains down. Which way did they go?" Lord Trundle pointed out the direction which Snitch and Snatch had taken and followed P.C. Hoppet as the policeman raced off in pursuit. "There they are," cried P.C. Hoppet, "down on the river bank. We've got them now. They'll never be able to swim all the way across the Ferny River with the drum and the sousaphone." But the wily weasels had a plan. They pushed the big drum out into the river and jumped on top. Then Snitch began to paddle with a stick, while Snatch held on to the sousaphone, and soon the weasels were halfway across the river, leaving Lord Trundle and P.C. Hoppet standing helplessly on the bank. It looked very much like Snitch and Snatch were going to get away, but suddenly the drum became caught in a strong current and was swept away down the river. The terrified weasels clung onto the drum for all they were worth, but it was no use, because they were quickly swept underneath the waterfalls, and luckily for them, Mr. Whirligill, the ferryman, was watching and was able to drag them out. Oh no. Here's the next picture. Mr. Fairygill pulling them out. And as a punishment, P.C. Hoppet locked Snitch and Snatch up in Fern Hollow police station for a few days, where they missed all the May Day fun. Lord Trundle's brass band was, of course, a great success. They paraded around the streets of Fern Hollow all afternoon, before at last they stopped for a well-deserved rest at the Jolly Vole, where Mr. Crackleberry supplied everyone with orange juice and sandwiches. And that's the end of the brass band robbery. Here's Fern Hollow map again. I love you. I look forward to reading another story with you.